Hey everybody, it's Mary. I am here at the Canvas login page at learn.maricopa.edu, and it's sort of a follow-up to the last video that I made, which was about actually loading files into Canvas. I've been getting several people asking me how do I get a file to just automatically open for students when they click on it, and there is a way to do that. The question in my mind is whether you really want to do that, because there's a little bit of a trade-off. So I'm going to go ahead and log in and I can show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm logged in. I am going to go to my, I'll go to my sandbox course. And let's say that I want my students to be able to look at a file. The way that I have been organizing things in my real classes is that I'm working with modules, and I don't really know of any other way to do what it is people have been asking me, which is the student sees a file and they click it and it automatically opens. So can I do that? Yes. In my awesome module, you can add an item, you can add assignments, you can add quizzes, you can add, number 3 here is files. So I can do that. Let me cancel this though, because I've already loaded one in here so that you can see. So I have, this is a file. If the student clicks on the link, then it'll take them to the other page and it will automatically have this viewer open for them. So I have this Federal Reserve comic book that I have my students read, and they can look at it in this viewer and it automatically open for them, which is indeed nice. But I can't put any parameters on it. I can't lock up the page. I can't make it available by date. I can't ask them to read it and then give me any kind of a submission. I can't, so there's some drawbacks with what I cannot do with this. All I can do is send them to a page where they're looking at the file. So let me go back to modules for just a minute. And some options that I can do. You saw earlier that I can add assignments, pages, files, quizzes, whatever I would like. If I add an assignment, the assignment can contain my file, and it is true that when I go to this page, my file will not automatically open. But in my assignment, I can give instructions to my students about the file. I can set dates on it. So this one's due May 22nd by 12 p.m. I can set the type of assignment that it is. I can set it as a graded assignment or an ungraded assignment. This one's graded and it is worth 1,000,000 points. I can accept submissions, so that in the file maybe they have to read something or go through an article or go through some steps and then submit in this same area, which is kind of nice. And for those of you who would like your students to be able to see what's in the file without having to download it, there is this little icon here to the right, the paper with the magnifying glass, and if I click it, I get that same reader that I got when I loaded it as just a file. So the difference is it doesn't automatically open in the reader. I have to do one more click. I have to click the little icon with the magnifying glass. But the trade-off is I can do a lot of other things as well. One other choice that you would have, and I'll go back to modules, is instead of just putting in a file or instead of putting it in as an assignment, I can put it in as a content page. So I have my item called This is a Page, and mostly for my part what I'm doing with a page is delivering static information about the student, usually descriptive of things that are coming up. But it can include links to other sites, or here I have a link to the file, and they could click it and download it, or again they could open up the viewer and take a look at it. I'm going to minimize that so you can see what I have below here. I can't set dates on this, I can't say this thing is due at such and such, but I can hide the page from students until it's ready if I want to. So in response to the original question, can I have a file where students can just click on it and it opens in the viewer? You can do that, and the question you'll want to ask yourself is, for your own course, what's going to work best? Is what you really want for them to just see the file, or do you want it as part of an assignment that has points and dates attached, or do you want it as part of a content page? So something to think about when you are designing your course.